All right. I think we're good. I think we're live. Oh man, I'm getting kind of nervous. This is the first time I'm streaming since like months ago. Man. Okay, I'm actually getting kind of nervous. I'm not used to this, but it doesn't matter. Guys, I know that I said that I was going to come back and then I came back for 2 days, right? I came back for 2 days and then I was like, actually never mind, because on those 2 days. I lost, right? I came back to streaming and I streamed for 2 days and I lost both of those days, and I was like, dang, like I think streaming's part of the problem. But here's the thing, right? I genuinely enjoy streaming, and I think a lot of you guys like my streams too. And I know that because some of you guys message me like, "Hey, where are your streaming streams? I miss them." And so at the end of the day, right? I'm sitting here waiting for a setup. So to me, it shouldn't really matter. Like the main reason that I would not want to stream is because I want to make sure that I am consistently profitable, and I'm almost there. I'm essentially there. I've gotten 6 payouts now. But as you can see, I'm still here in this basement, meaning I'm not like the best trader in the world, but I'm definitely getting better, and I'm I don't know if you guys want to have me be live every day, let me know. But I'm just gonna plan on it. I'm gonna plan on coming back and actually live streaming every day, and that means that if I do end up losing today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day, like I don't care. I want to be consistent. I'm not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna start streaming again, and then I'm just like I lose a couple trades and then I'm like, actually I'm not going to anymore like I did last time. I'm gonna actually just show up and just stream every day. Even if I lose, I don't care. I just want to be completely transparent. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I win. I want to be able to just stream and enjoy myself. So, yeah, I mean, I really like streaming. So, at the end of the day, if I like it, I'm not going to care. If I lose, fine. If I win, fine. But I want to stream again. So, I want to be back. I'm not going to overcomplicate things anymore. I'm just going to show up, stream. Ideally, I'm going to do it from I'm thinking probably, I can't decide, either 7 Eastern, 9 Eastern to 11 Eastern, or 8:30 Eastern to 11 Eastern. I'm not sure which would be better, but I think either way would be cool. But yeah, this is this is exciting. So, I'm also gonna try and start making short form videos every day. So that's something else I'm gonna work on. I know that I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks, besides the most recent one, which was today. But I'm gonna work on it. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Live streaming again is crazy. I'm so not used to this. But I feel like if I start doing it, I'll definitely get more used to it over time. Hopefully, pretty fast. I've done so many live streams. Etsy, bro, hey. So as I was just saying, I know that last time I said I was coming back, I came back, streamed 2 days, and then lost both those days, and then I felt like crap, and I felt like I shouldn't be streaming. But I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. If I lose, fine. If I win, fine. But I genuinely enjoy streaming. So if I lose the next 5 days in a row, fine. But guess what? I'm still going to show up and be consistent and stream because I enjoy it. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters. If I enjoy something, I'm just going to do it. And I think a lot of you guys enjoy it too. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is just kind of chill. I'm going to be waiting for a setup anyways. It's going to take a while. Might as well talk with you guys while we're waiting for setups, But this is kind of cool. I actually, I'll show this in just a second. Actually, I'll show it right now. Yeah. So, we had this 1 hour for value gap, and I feel like, okay, another thing about what's been going on lately is I I really do think I've been getting better since like months ago, like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I think I'm getting slowly. It's a slow progression, but every single day I'm like, hey, I think I'm a little better than I was last week. Hey, I think I'm a little better than I was last week. And it just keeps on compounding. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll have the low time frame chart on this screen so I can see it at all times. So on this screen you can't see on right now, but I'll be looking at the lower time frame chart in case we ever do get an inversion. But I just want to talk about what's been going on the higher time frame real quick. So zooming out, I haven't even talked about the higher time frame on live stream at all, which is crazy because I like recap the higher time frame like every day. So I'll show you what I've been looking at on the higher time frame. First of all, the biggest thing that I'm noting on the higher time frame is if you go over to regular trading hours, check this out. We got two giant overnight gaps that were left down here. And so if you don't know about these overnight gaps, they are super, super strong draws on liquidity. Like, for instance, when we had that DeepSeek news event that happened, right? And I was saying, like, when we had this DeepSeek news event, I was saying there was RTH gaps all the way down here, right? And what happened? If I go to the other chart, if I go back, is this gonna load? Oh, whoops! I gotta click the first one. There we go. Okay, so if I go to electronic trading hours, this was that DeepSeek news event, but this right here was a giant RTH gap, and so this was a really, really strong draw on liquidity. And I'm not saying that the DeepSeek didn't play a role, but I'm saying this was already a really strong draw on liquidity, this RTH gap down here. And it's crazy because, I mean, everything you understand and learn about trading just compounds on itself. Like, what an RTH gap. So this is just the gap between the close of one day and then the open on the next day. So basically, it's the gap, overnight gap, is what I call it. And yeah, essentially, the reason it matters is because the market's going to want to run through the old price action from during the day. It's going to want to run through it and then run back to the gaps between the price action during the day. It wants to run back to these gaps. So anyway, back to what I was saying. We got two giant overnight gaps below. Let me show you a few more examples, actually. And I am looking at the lower time frame chart, but right now I'm not seeing anything. There's an inversion, but I'm not taking longs right now, and I'll explain that I'll explain that in a second. So yeah, you can just see how, like, you get these RTH gaps, right? And the market comes back to them. So I love using these for bias because it just makes it really simple. If I just pull these over, you can see how this was a draw on liquidity. See how we had these two RTH gaps here, and the market did what? It came back up in and ran through those RTH gaps. So these are just really good for your bias, right? I love using these for bias. So then if I go back to electronic trading hours, see how the market drew first. It drew back to this one, and then we left these, and then what happened? The market came back up and drawed back up towards these RTH gaps. So basically, they're really nice draws on liquidity, right? So what do we have right now? Check this out. We have two giant ones down here. We have one here, and we have one here. And so my guess is we're gonna come back to these at some point. Maybe it's soon, maybe it's not soon, but I think we're gonna come back to these. So yeah, let's talk yeah, let's talk about like what I'm looking at right now. So right now we took out the high, the tariff high, right? This is that high when Donald Trump had that speech, right? We took out the tariff high, and we tapped into, check this out, on the daily. This is a daily BPR right here. So a bearish and a bullish fair value gap overlapping with each other, right? So we have that daily BPR. See how the market perfectly tapped into that. So I'm just gonna show you the model that I have framed for the daily, and the hourly. Now, as far as the higher time frame goes, higher than that, I'm not sure right now, but I do think that this model that I have framed could be pretty good. So hopefully you guys might think it's interesting. You might not. I don't know. But yeah. So here's that daily BPR, and then here's the here's that data high, that tariff high. And if I go down to the 1 hour, you can see how we came up, swept out the tariff high, and actually I'm gonna get out the S&P, and as well I'm gonna get out YM so I can show you guys SMTs. So you can see how we tap into this BPR, right, on the daily, and we have these two giant RTH gaps below, possible draw on liquidity. And what do we have going on with the S&P? Check this out. We have, if this will load, pull up the hourly. Check this out. That's the tariff high. This is a really significant high, right? It's not just some random high. This is really significant, right? We have a lower high with the S&P, and we have a higher high with Nasdaq. So this is a pretty significant SMT, because this was a really I mean, it might not be, but I think it is possibly, right? It could be wrong always. I could always be wrong, but yeah, we have SMT with that tariff high, and then we're coming up. We swept out the tariff high. So we have a sweep of the tariff high, and then external sweep, and then right here, you can see how this was actually previous day's high right here. So we had an internal sweep of previous day's high right here. Boom. So if you don't know the difference between internal and external sweep, actually, I should make a video on that. I haven't done that. It's like if you have a high that's like way out all the way over here, I call that external, because it's just like, it's not close. It's not close to price action. It's all the way over here. But then if it's like a high that's close in proximity, right? Then I'll call it an internal sweep. That's how I call it. Now maybe someone's out there like, hey, technically that's not right. I don't care. This is just how I see the market. So anyway, external sweep, internal sweep of previous day's high. And then, yeah, I'm still looking at the lower time frame chart. Right now, it's just consolidating. We got an inversion to the upside, but once again, I'm not looking at anything up going to the upside right now, because I'm about to show you the sell model here. So, yeah, so we have a sweep of previous day's high here. Is my computer charging? Yeah. Okay. And then, so we have S&T with the S&P 500 with the tariff high, and then check out what we have right here, right, with YM. With YM, we have If I go here, yeah. So these are the same highs from before. You can see that YM makes a higher high, NASDAQ makes a lower high. So we have SMT with the S&P 500 with the tariff high, and then we have a lower time frame SMT with YM right here. So boom. And once again, guys, I don't care if I take losses, fine. If I take losses on stream over and over again, fine. I'm just here to show up because I enjoy streaming. I don't care anymore if I take losses. I mean, obviously, you guys probably, like, I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm going to just stream because I like streaming. I'm not going to care if I win, if I lose, if I'm even profitable. I'm just going to stream for you guys because I enjoy it. So I know I already said that earlier, but I just want to reiterate that in case anyone new is watching right now. I know before I said that I was coming back and then I changed my mind after 2 days. I'm not going to change my mind this time. I'm just going to start streaming every single day and not care really if I take losses. I mean, if I lose, fine. If I lose again the next day, fine. I'm still going to show up and stream just because I enjoy it. And so if you guys don't like that, sorry. I enjoy streaming and I want to start streaming again. But I think most of you guys probably want to watch me stream. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Here's that SMT with the tariff high, and then a lower time frame SMT with the with YM here. So next up, right? So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm thinking that this could be a possible sell model down to these RTH gaps. Because we got these SMTs, daily BPR, and now we got inverse fair value gap right here, right? 4 hour inverse fair value gap. So yeah, here you can see that the 4 hour inversion right here. Four-hour IPG. And so yeah, I'm thinking we're probably going to draw down to these RTH gaps now that we got this inversion with these SMTs delivering from this BPR. And if you go down here, you can actually see that we have another BPR right here on the 2 hour, right? So it's a BPR and then we had another BPR, right? Kind of, yeah, I'd consider this a BPR. We have a daily BPR and then we have a 2 hour BPR right here. Boom. So 2 hour BPR. So daily BPR up here. 2 hour BPR right here. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy how like perfect everything is once you really get into it. But then a line time frame with the daily. So this is something that I haven't talked about in past live streams because I hadn't really understood it really to the extent that I do now, which is kind of cool. But I'm gonna make more videos on it. I talked about it a little bit in that flow state short I made, I think. But essentially, when you have a key level, like for instance this daily key level, we need to pair that with an hourly change in state of delivery. If it's a weekly key level, you need to pair that with a 4 hour change in state of delivery. If it's a monthly key level, you need to pair that with a daily change in state of delivery. If it's a 4 hour key level, you need to pair it with a 15-minute change in state of delivery. And you get the idea, right? So since we have this daily BPR here, let's get rid of this because it's getting a little chaotic. We don't need that BPR right now. Shoot, I said I'm I'm trying not to say I don't think it's a good habit, but it's my first day back to streaming, so okay. Oh shoot, I did it again. 1 hour change of state of delivery right here. I would consider this. I mean, I would consider this change of state of delivery right here. I like to have it be obvious change of state of delivery, but I think this is pretty good. So you can see how we push up into this 1 hour change of state of delivery, and now we're continuing lower. So this is what I see right now: daily BPR, 1 hour change of state of delivery, 4 hour inverse for value gap. So I'm not taking longs today is kind of what I'm trying to get at. I'm not interested in taking longs. If we measure out the manipulation right here from the body to body, that's what I like to do now. You can see our standard deviations put us to go target this consolidation here, which is a really strong draw on liquidity. And I was considering gatekeeping this. I you know me, I would never gatekeep anything, right? I don't want to gatekeep anything, but this is just, it's so OP. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't talk about it, but I'm gonna make a video on it soon. I already decided that I'm going to, because I already decided that I'm going to, because I'm probably gonna use it during live streams, and I don't want to have to. Yeah. Anyway, let me just show what I'm looking at here. So this basically just tells you exactly where the liquidity pool is. So if I mark this out, this tool on TradingView, this tells you where the most transactions happen. So right here, this is where the most buyers and sellers exchange contracts in this zone. I have this marked out as the in between these blue lines is where 20% of the transactions happened, right? This is basically just allowing you to know exactly where the liquidity pool is. So, boom, liquidity pool. And, yeah. So, pretty cool. I'll probably make a video on that soon. What up, Bardo? How's it going? It's my first day streaming again in months, but I decided that I'm going to start streaming again because so what happened is I came back to streaming for 2 days, and I lost both those days, and I felt like crap. I was like, you know what, I don't want to stream. No way. What's up, Bob? So I came back to streaming for 2 days, and then I was like, I was like disappointed in myself that I lost both those days, and I'm like, I don't deserve to be able to stream. But now I'm just gonna I'm like, well, I actually just enjoy streaming. I really do like talking and trading and streaming everything that's going on. So it's just to the point where I'm like, I don't care if I lose. If I lose, fine. It sucks. It's embarrassing to lose on stream, right? That's the main reason that I kind of stopped. Is like I hated losing on stream, because it kind of just also like feels like eats away at your credibility if you take a loss. But I'm just gonna show up, and you know what? If I lose the next 5 days in a row, I still want to stream. I don't care. I just enjoy streaming. So if I take losses, fine. But guess what? It shows the reality of trading. Trading is not all wins. It's losses. And that's the part you have to understand. Like, as a trader, yep, exactly. As a trader, you're going to take losses. You're going to take wins. If I take losses, I'm not just going to stop streaming. I'm going to stream every day because I do enjoy streaming. I don't care if I lose the next 5 days in a row, you know? So, anyway, back to what I was saying. Dude, this is kind of what I have mapped out on the higher time frame. We took out the tariff high, and we are tapping into this daily BPR. This is within premium. Like if I go and mark out this entire range here, this is in premium. Okay, so I think so. The point of what I was trying to say is, I enjoy streaming, and if I enjoy streaming, then I should stream. You know, I shouldn't be over complicating if I take losses, I don't want to take a loss on stream. Like, no, just stream. I don't care if I take a loss. If I take a loss, whatever. If I take multiple losses day after day after day, I don't care. I don't care if it eats away at my credibility, fine. Guess what? Losses are a part of trading. I don't care. So, anyway, you can see how that was in premium. And then we have SMT with the tariff high with the S&P 500, lower time frame SMT with YM, and then a 1 hour change in state of delivery right here, delivering from the daily BPR. So we align a daily key level with an hourly change in state of delivery. And then we got a 4 hour inverse fair value gap. So what I'm thinking is possibly, right? I'm not gonna, nothing's like, I can't say anything with certainty, but these overnight gaps, I think they're very possibly a really strong draw on liquidity. Now that we got this 4 hour inverse fair value gap, we got two different SMTs, external high, right? External high swept, internal high swept of previous day's high. So yeah, today I'm not going to be looking to take any longs personally. I mean, do whatever you guys want to do. I'm personally not taking longs. I see this as a giant sell model. So yeah, and then like I was saying, we can measure out standard deviations of this manipulation move from the body to the body. That's how I like to do it. And then there's that 2 to 2. So I just started doing this, okay? I don't care if anyone says, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that," whatever. I just observe the market, and the way that I see the market is, it doesn't matter if I mark it out as 2 to 2.5. You think volume will be low today? To be honest, I think we could get a lot of volume today, because we have this 4 hour inverse fair value gap, and so I don't know. I just kind of see this as a giant sell model. If it wants this, when it starts running down below this low, it's probably gonna start to move faster and faster, is what I would guess, because of this inverse fair value gap and the SMTs and stuff. But that's just my thoughts. Like, I could be wrong. What's the news that we have going on this week? We should look at news, right? And obviously, like, I could be so wrong. Like, I genuinely am just trying to get better, like all of us are. But yeah, we don't have news today. FOMC's tomorrow. Unemployment's on Thursday. You've requested a page only accessible. I think I clicked on something wrong. Okay, so yeah, basically we have news coming out on Wednesday and Thursday. That's probably when a big part of the expansion is going to happen is, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm thinking the draw on liquidity is these RTH gaps, personally. But obviously, do your own analysis. And I could always be wrong. So, yeah. And like I said, I don't care if this is completely wrong. If this is completely wrong, I'm still gonna show up and stream the next day. And that's something that I'm really trying to get better at, is like not feeling embarrassed or upset if I get something wrong. Like, that's part of trading. You're gonna frame models wrong. You're going to trade wrong, and it's fine. That's part of trading. The important thing is I enjoy streaming, so I'm gonna stream every day. So, yeah, I am looking at the lower time frame chart, but I'm not seeing anything yet. Just kind of consolidating on the lower time frame. So now we're just talking about the higher time frame here. Yeah, like I was saying, 4 hour inverse fair value gap. I'm seeing these overnight gaps as a strong draw on liquidity. This is a really nice consolidation. I kind of see this as, right here, this is kind of, to me, as accumulation. Yep, it's all about risk management. Exactly. So, like, if I take losses, if I take multiple losses in a row this week, I'm still gonna show up. I'm still gonna stream, and yeah, we're gonna keep showing up. Oh, I need to charge my phone. Because I wanted to pull up the chat on my phone so that way I could see how many people are watching, because I can't see that for some reason on OBS. But anyway, where was I? What was I talking about? So we have this right here, and we can project out our standard deviations of this manipulation. And I like to do this from the bodies now. Like, this is just over time. I realized, like, I like doing it from the bodies better because a lot of time it'll be more accurate. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. The reason that I have these standard deviations like this, it's just from what I observed over time. Like, you don't need to have it be only the 2, the 4, and whatever. Like, it just kind of like projections. It's not like, this is what I realized over time. This is what I like to do, and it's just my trading style. So like, if you guys don't like that I am doing something that no one else does, that's fine. But I like to mark out, because it's all about projecting out the manipulation 1, 2, 3, 4 standard deviations. I mean, that's really the whole point of standard deviations, honestly. So anyway, here we have the second standard deviation, and then we have the fourth standard deviation near the bottom of this consolidation. So from a liquidity point of view, right, it makes sense because people in this accumulation are going to get stopped out right around the fourth standard deviation right here. And yeah, if I what's it called? If I measure out with our little tool we have, this special tool that I'm not going to gatekeep anymore, you can see that the majority of the transactions happen right here in between these blue lines. So this is a really big liquidity pool, right? And yeah, I think we're going to draw down into second, third, and fourth standard deviations down here. So that's basically what I was trying to get at. But yeah, let's take a look at the lower time frame chart now. I think that's enough talking about the higher time frame. That was one of the issues before when I was streaming, is I would talk about the higher time frame charts for way too long, and I wouldn't actually just sit there and watch the lower time frame. So it's something I need to work on. Okay, so here we have the lower time frame chart. Now, like I said, I'm pretty much making longs off limits for me today because I'm bearish. Now, we have a 1 hour for value gap right here. So this was a 1 hour for value gap. And we actually already tapped into it right here. So we can frame this as its own sell model, right? So 1 hour for value gap, and then 5-minute change state delivery. You see that? 1 hour for value gap, 5-minute change state delivery. See how you pair these, right? 5-minute CASD. And then if we measure out projections here, 1 hour for value gap, measure out projections, and then we have external sweep and internal sweep. Yeah, let's measure out the projections. So you can see first standard deviation, second standard deviation. See how perfect it is? This is why I'm using it like this, because I just observed the market enough to see, like, oh wow, just having it being the first, like the 1 to 1.2 is a lot more precise. It's just what I noticed over time, you know? So I'm not, like, I'm just doing what what I notice works for me. So you see how precise this is though, right? So inside left. So essentially what I'm thinking is, since higher time frame is bearish, I think we'll go to the 4 to 4.5 here. Now we did just get an inversion. It's a good inversion, but I'm not bullish. And did we even sweep the low? We did. So this very well could work. I'm not interested in taking longs right now. But it very well could work. It's pretty good. So yeah, if you don't see this inversion, it's essentially, here's the old gap right here. Very good chance this works. Honestly, I could take it, but I'm not. I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't know, scared to take trades on stream, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why. I shouldn't be. What's up, Francisco? So yeah, we did get inversions upside. We got good liquidity here. So I bet you this works, right? But I'm not going to take it because, I mean, the higher time frame is just super bearish. But I think this will work, probably, right? So anyway, we're just going to be sitting here watching the charts and, yeah, just chilling. Nothing crazy. Just hanging out, watching the charts. But you can see how this is a sell model, right? First standard deviation hit perfectly, and then second standard deviation hit perfectly. So possibly we could be going down to this fourth one here. And then I wonder if we got SMT. Let's check. Did we? 750, 835. Huh, yeah, we did. So we have SMT at this low. So this is actually a pretty good trade. And I'd be shocked if it didn't work, but I'm not gonna take it just because I'm. I don't know if it's just because I mean, I already missed the entry, so I can't take it. But yeah. Anyway, it's a good trade, but I'm just not bullish. So yeah, I bet what's gonna happen, right? I bet what's gonna happen is we're probably gonna go run up and run all this. We're probably gonna run up and run all this, and then we're probably gonna get inducement above this high, and then go lower. So like something like this. Obviously, this is the part about live streaming that makes me so upset. Is I say stuff and I could be so wrong, right? But yeah, it's whatever. So the way that I would take this trade, right? The way that I would take this is, so we have SMT. Honestly, it's pretty good, but it's whatever. It's also during the macro too. So here's how I would take this, right? We have a sweep. Inversion. I think what I would do, like, you could just be really conservative and you could just go take profit at the end of this body here. That's probably what I would do. And then I'd go break even, probably in here. So I'd go break even like that. And then I would just do one TP, and I would just TP all right here at the end of this body. And so then we'd already be at break even. But I wouldn't take, this is just how I would execute it personally. I would, yeah, I'll just do it like this, where what was I even saying? I wouldn't take partials. I'd just do one TP. That's just how I would do it. So, because if we're gonna run, see how all this is really low resistance? We shouldn't stop. We should just keep going. See how, like, this is super generated liquidity. 1 hour breaker block. I'll look at that in just a second. Alright. And I'm also trying to not trade too early in the morning. I'm trying to wait to trade until at least the 10 a.m. macro, because it's just always going to be higher probability. So, but this was good. This was a good trade. I'm not bullish. Break even, and then yeah, I think we'll probably accelerate to TP1 pretty quickly here. Let's take a look at that that breaker block you were talking about. Once again, like, anyone who knew who's watching, the reason I streamed for 2 days and then stopped was because I took those losses, and it's hard when you take a loss and you feel like you're not qualified to stream, right? But at the end of the day, if I take losses, okay, fine. Like, I enjoy streaming, so I'm still gonna show up and stream, and that's what matters to me. Like, if I enjoy it, I don't care if I lose. I'm sorry if that makes people upset, fine. But if I lose, I lose, you know? I'm not gonna not stream. I genuinely enjoy it. I don't care if I lose 5 days in a row. I'm still gonna stream now. So, I'm back for good. Okay, let's go back to the other screen. And yeah, SMT swept out this high. Like I said, I think if this is gonna run here, it should run. And if it comes back to break even, then at this point, I'd probably, I wouldn't be in this trade. Oh, the 1 hour breaker block at 1990 looks like it wants to retest that zone. Yeah, let's do it on MNQ so it's not cluttered. 1 hour breaker block at 1990. So this. I see what you're saying. You think we're gonna come up and retest this breaker? It's very possible, but I'm looking at this as a sell model right now. So I'm seeing us right now. I'm seeing, get rid of all this. Right now I'm seeing this as a sell model. Well, I guess it'll still be a sell model we could come up. You're right. Especially because this is a BPR here, right? You're right about that. So wait, let's see. 1 hour BPR here. Guys, I'm just trying to get better. If I say anything wrong or take a loss, it is what it is. Very well could take a loss, but it's fine. Yeah, we have that 1 hour BPR. I think this would have been break even now. Not yet, actually. It's not break even yet. So very possibly this could be a flow state trade if we get a, like, I'm only taking inversions, but I like to note just other trades. Okay. And I wonder if that's anything in specific. No. From 0 to. Yeah, I think I marked the right one out that you were talking about. So, yeah, 1 hour BPR, and then like if we were to get a 5-minute change of state delivery, yeah, we could get a run back up here. It's possible. Yeah, look, there's decent LRLR lined up with the standard deviations. So, anyway. Just watching, forward testing, getting better. Yeah, I think now that we're looking at it a little bit more on the lower time frame, like we're probably on the higher time frame, I'm thinking we're probably going to go lower, but on the lower time frame, we already ran through all this liquidity in the consolidation. So on the lower time frame, it's possible we need to pop back up into it, right? How much should you risk on a 25K eval? So what I do is I do 50Ks because I think they're the best cost to reward ratio. I think that's why. I don't know. Dodgy just told me to get 50Ks, but I do 200 on 50Ks, so I'd probably do 100 on 25Ks. But I mean, that's just my own personal risk preferences because I like to have more wiggle room. I personally, I mean, I don't know. I see trading as playing the long game, and I don't know, $200 per 20 accounts in a day. Like, I still see that as like I don't care if I'm only risking 200 because no evals. I do double risk on evals, so I do 400. I do 400 risk on my 50K evals. So you could do 200 on 25K. That's probably what I do. But yeah, I do double risk on evals, just because yeah, I mean, you want to pay that fee and then pass it sooner rather than later, so you don't have to pay that monthly, yeah, thing. But okay, yeah. So we did get this inversion, but it's a pretty clear downtrend. It's not. I don't know. I just wouldn't take it. I just wouldn't take it. But if someone else thinks that's a good trade, go ahead and take it. I don't know. Yeah, so very possibly higher time frame sell model, but maybe you could say, okay, well, we have a 1 hour BPR. Maybe you could say lower time frame buy model, right? And if I mark out this, let's see. So yeah, look, I think you're right, Francisco. I think you're right. There's a giant liquidity pool here right at that breaker. So I'm going to mark that out here. This is a giant liquidity pool. So we're probably going to draw back up into this, tap into that breaker, and then continue lower after. That's probably what's going on, right? Whoops. What happened to the... Oh no. Let's pull it and bring it back manually, I guess. But yeah, like I said, guys, as always, I'm just trying to get better. I'm never going to be perfect. No trader is perfect. So yeah, 1 hour BPR. Is it in discount? Very much so, yeah. Wait. Yeah, it's in discount of this, but not this. Yeah, basically, if I was to take a long, I'd have to be pretty convinced this is a lower time frame buy model. Right now, I'm still waiting for more confirmation. So that's pretty much the way I take a long right now, because higher time frame is bearish. So here's that 4 hour inverse value gap. It's kind of getting a little messy. I don't like that it's getting a little messy, but whatever, it's fine. But I actually, you know what? I think streaming will actually probably help me with the quality of my trades, because I have to talk about everything that I'm doing. And so if I have to talk about it in detail, then it's probably going to make me analyze the chart better. So yeah, here's that 4 hour IPG. And then yeah, CISD on the hourly, yeah, this was hourly CISD. So we could be getting a lower time frame buy model. Ooh, we should see where Asia and London are. Yeah, okay. So this could be a New York reversal day. So Francisco, you could be absolutely right. We have Asia and London above. Is your 50% in the 4 hour BPR? Is my 50%? Okay, let's see what 4 hour BPR you're talking about. Are you talking about this? Is your 50%? I think you're talking about this, right? It's not. I guess that's kind of BPR, but okay. Back to lower time frame. So this is a 1 hour BPR. So if you're talking about this one, this is a 1 hour. But we have Asia and London. So what this could be is we might run up. This could be a buy model. We would run up to take Asia and London before going lower. It's possible. I'm keeping an open mind. I need to make a... Why do I not have a template for this to be... Yeah, I need to save this as a template. Why do I not have this? You would think I would. Yeah, you're talking about this one? Yeah, looks like we came in and dug into it pretty deep. But until this is like more clear, I'm not gonna do anything. So 20 minutes until market open. Right now we're just chilling. We're just watching. We are getting a possible 5-minute inversion, but I'm not taking that with the liquidity above. So if I go over here, yeah, 5-minute IPG. Actually, yeah. Nah, because we should probably react off the BPR at least a little bit. I'm getting into the issue of over-analyzing the chart, though. At the end of the day, we aren't analysts, right? This is the part of the problem with me. This is part of my problem. I over-analyze and I overcomplicate, and then I get paralysis, and then I take something stupid, when in reality, I need to be just chilling on the lower time frame charts with the draws on liquidity and just waiting for a light bulb signature. Like, obviously in line with higher time frame bias, but at the end of the day, I need to not overcomplicate. So let's just sit here. Let's just watch price action. And if I take losses, I don't care. It's fine. But we have 15 minutes into market open. This is pretty deep in discount of this. But I see this as the draw on liquidity. So, that's the issue with wanting to come back to Asia and London. I mean, yeah, that's the issue for me is I don't know. This draw on liquidity, this accumulation range might be stronger. And plus we had that 4-hour IPG. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trust the higher time frame on this one. I think I'm gonna lean bearish still. Meaning this IPG could end up working out pretty well. The lower time frame one, right? But I don't know. I need something obvious. I'm not gonna take it. Cause we still have that S&T, right? we still have this SMT. 750, 840, 750, 840. So this is where it's hard to stream because it just gets boring. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's see if my phone's charged so I can see if the. Can't remember what it's called. Okay, let's check. Let's check if there's anyone watching. So yeah, you can see we inverse this fair value gap here. Since the higher time frame is bearish, this could end up working out, but I want to see something really high probability. It's pretty good though, because it's in line with the draw, right? And you could go quick break even, but I don't know. Like I said, if I say something stupid, I'm just trying to get better. So 2 people watching, let's go. Price will almost 100% run the 4-hour low in the fair value gap. Very strong draw on liquidity. Learn from Dodgy. 4-hour low in the fair value. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I totally agree. I think we're gonna have to, like, if I'm being completely honest, I think the higher time frame overrides this lower time frame BPR. So I bet you we're just gonna start dumping into this consolidation. That's really what I see right now. Is I think we're gonna run down and run into this liquidity pool here. So yeah, 5-minute IFG. Man, this could be like a crazy RR trade if you were to take this, but I'm not. Best case scenario, we retrace up, take out London or Asia low, and then give a setup. But let's see. Yeah, that would be pretty good, honestly. That'd be pretty nice. I mean, it's very possible because, I mean, this is a giant liquidity pool. All this in here. Like all this. So yeah. But so is this. And this might be stronger. But at the end of the day, I just need to trust myself. And actually, if we get this, it doesn't look bad. But then again, it's just so bearish. Yeah. Like, I hate taking losses on stream, but I gotta stop. I gotta stop with caring about it. It's fine. If I take losses, it's fine. Yeah, I don't think I'll take this if we were to get it. I don't think we would. Like, if we were to get this inversion, it's just... I think things are a little too bearish. Or maybe that's just me being scared, because this would actually be pretty nice. I mean, we've swept sell side like 4 times. Yeah, because like if we get this, yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Bob? We're probably drawing to this low. So if we inverse this, it's probably gonna... Yeah, we're probably gonna draw to this low. Alright, market open in 9 minutes. Dang, there's still 2 people watching. Let's go. Yeah. Exactly. I'm just gonna be waiting until I see something so obvious that I'm like, okay. Like, I gotta take it, you know. But if I don't see anything I like, then I'll try not to take a trade. So. Anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Yeah, I that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, my biggest issue with trading lately is that exact thing. I overanalyze and I underwatch. I'll just sit there and I'll mark out everything on the chart, but that's the more I chart, sometimes it's actually going to mess me up. Even if I think I'm trying to help myself, like, the more I chart will often mess me up because I should just be sitting here and waiting. And so it's something I'm really working on, but yeah, market open in 5 minutes. We have this 15-minute for value gap. So I was gonna say maybe we'll come up and then go lower, but I don't know. That's probably not gonna happen. Let's just watch it. We'll wait until the trade comes to us. But I guess this is part of the issue is like, yeah, this is part of my issue is like, I really do overanalyze. Like, that's one of my biggest issues is I overanalyze and I don't watch the charts enough and I don't wait. I'll analyze everything and I'll overcomplicate everything, and it's something I really, really need to work on. Oh, dang, there's 5 people watching. Let's go. So right now we're just watching, waiting for market open. Market open is in 5 minutes. So we'll see what happens. But what I was talking about is I get into the issue of I like chart everything up and I make a super, super complicated plan and outline everything. But the more I try and do that, the less I end up taking something high probability because I'm not letting the setup come to me. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for the setup. So yeah, I'm genuinely not gonna take a long. Still waiting on the 1990 zone retest 2 minis. Yeah, I'm gonna trust my instincts, and I'm not longing. I don't care. It's just not worth the risk to me. I'm not gonna long. I don't care. I think we're bearish. I'm trusting my gut. I think the draw on liquidity is this consolidation. So I'm just gonna trust my gut. I don't think we need to come back here, and I could be wrong, but it's trading. I'm not gonna long. I really don't want to. It's too bearish. I don't care if we got a 15-minute change state delivery or something, but as of right now, this isn't a buy model. This is really bearish. So yeah, maybe we'll come up. We'll probably come up, manipulate right after open, and then continue lower. You think we'll come back all the way up to 19,990? You think we'll come all the way up there? I don't think we will. I don't know. I honestly think we're just gonna run straight down to this liquidity pool. If I'm being honest. It just looks super bearish. But I'm just trying to get better, guys. This was a good inversion. I actually took this. And I did a TP here and trailed, and then I got stopped trailed right here. So I actually took this. And we were delivering from a 1 hour gap. And we had a decent LRLR here. So, waiting for the pullback to that zone to continue shorts, taking Friday's low. Yeah. I don't care how much highs are like unprotected here. I'm not gonna long. I'm not bullish. So. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You think we're gonna come back up, tap into this? It's possible. Actually, you know what I kind of think is going on right now? Let's frame out this model again on the lower time frame. Check this out. We have a breaker block. This is probably what I think is going on. So this is a higher time frame model, right? And then we have a lower time frame breaker and for value gap that is clearly holding right now, right? So then we can make a model out of this. So 5-minute change state delivery, we tapped into it. So I think we're gonna draw down to this 4th standard deviation. That's my guess. Which it's possible that aligns with that low. That's crazy. I think it does. Okay, market opened. Wow, look how perfectly we tapped that CISD. I think we're definitely going to this. It may be or maybe not. To go back up to here. Yeah, I think we're gonna draw down. I think this is a. We have this higher time frame sell model, right? Like daily 4-hour inverse value gap, and now 1 hour for value gap. I think we're gonna draw down and take out this low. What is this? Is this previous day's low? It is. Okay. It's actually 2 previous days lows. That's crazy. I'm not trying to get caught up, I promise. I'm gonna go back to the lower time frame chart. Wait. This is nice, but I'm not longing. But this is probably gonna work. Okay. Did we end up getting some kind of inverse for value gap? Oh, you know what? I need to get my trading software out. Wait, you guys have been looking at this screen this whole time? Oh my, I'm so dumb. I forgot to switch it back. You guys have been looking at this screen the whole time. I didn't even know. Okay. I need to get Tradeovate pulled up. And there were 8 people watching there for a second. That's crazy. So I think we're going to go run this. Probably. I'm not looking to long right now. We have a 5-minute for value gap. It's not in premium though. So yeah, previous day is low right here. I actually do think streaming helps me with my thought process and taking higher quality trades. I really do think it does. So my guess is this is the Judas swing right here. I bet you this is the Judas swing. Market opened and we're pushing up. So probably what's going to happen at 8 a.m., right? We're going to deliver the opposite direction. That's my guess. So yeah, we got previous day's low, which is a nice draw on liquidity. So we inverse this gap. Good chance we run this, but we'll see. I'm just not bullish. Yeah. I think we should run this. I think that would make sense. Yeah. So yeah, we're probably gonna go run. Okay, most of the liquidity is right here. Nice. All the way up here, you're holding your limit order. That you're waiting for a limit order to get filled all the way up there. That's so far up, but wait. I was gonna say, that's kind of like how Javier trades. Francisco, are you Javier? Javier does that all the time. He just holds limit orders. There's 9 people watching. What's up, guys? So here's what's going on right now. Right now, I see the higher time frame being in a sell model. Personally, that's just what I see. We have this blue box daily daily BPR, 2 different SMTs, and then 1 hour change state delivery, 4 hour inverse for value gap. And so I'm not bullish, right? So I'm not taking longs personally. If someone else wants to take a long, go for it. I'm not bullish. Just my own personal opinion. So I'm looking for probably us to go run previous day's low and then eventually continue lower to this consolidation here. That's crazy. Wait, you are Javier Francisco? You're Javier? Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, we got this 5-minute inverse for value gap. We should run higher a little bit, but like I said, like if I marked out this range here, the majority of liquidity is right here. So we might not need to go higher. I think we will, though. I think we'll probably run these highs. We'll probably retest the CISD. Yeah, we'll see. YouTube Live is delayed by a minute. That's not good. Why is it so delayed? It's delayed by a whole minute. That's really bad. Why is it delayed by a whole minute? Yeah, it's delayed by like, I'm watching it right now. It's delayed by at least like, oh yeah, wait. It might actually be delayed by a whole minute. Should I restart the stream? Guys, should I restart the stream? Nice. Might need to restart the stream. Okay, I'm watching. How many minutes is it delayed by? It's about 1 minute delayed. Anyway, I'm just gonna trade if It's delayed. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully next time it won't be. Oh, look at that big candle. So yeah, we're delayed by at least a minute. Alright, what do you guys think? Should I restart the stream? Yes or no? Like, when you look at the 5 minute, you're like, oh wow. Like, that's an impressive candle. Then you go down lower time frame. Yeah. Yeah. So it would make sense if we came up here. That's crazy. Javier, that's crazy. Okay, let's restart the stream and let's see.